Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Burn, Nick, and today, it's the middle of the year. That means that I'm going to be joined by Noah Zeleznik as we go over who has died in 2026, and we review our death prediction list for 2026 that we did at the end of 2025, and we see who has gotten some correct. Yes, it's that morbid mid-year episode where we talk about who has died, who we think is going to die, and kind of handicap that and see where we're at. So why don't we just go ahead and jump right into the dark humor and the morbidity, and I will catch you guys on the other side of that. And I'm joined on the phone by Noah. How you doing, Noah?
Not too bad. How is my cashmere-haired friend doing?
we were referring to the post in the parishioners group about what my hair color may or may not be.
Indeed we are.
Yeah.
Indeed we are.
You know, I will say I thought grayish was probably one of the best descriptives. I'd never heard that term before until, you know.
I forget what the color Ed Sullivan got.
Yeah, he put it in like a paint thing and got the paint swatch and everything. And then, yeah. So if I want to paint my walls this color, I can. Here's the problem. Everybody's looking at it as if it's one uniform color. And it's not a uniform color. It's a mix. There's the gray and there's the like brownish reddish, you know, but it's not one uniform color. It's a speckling of color.
That's fair. That's fair.
I will say it has been a blow to the ego. It's like, wow, I've gone more gray than I thought I had. But
I mean, the internet will blow one's ego.
Dude, especially the parishioners group. Holy shit. You don't go in there. It's like Bloodsport, man. It's Thunderdorm. You know, you go in there and it's a fight to the death. But
yes, no punches are pulled.
Well, speaking of a fight to the death, it's our mid-year death watch where we recount celebrity and notable deaths that have taken place throughout the year and go over our list of predictions and see how we did.
You know, I was thinking we could do that, or I asked AI, and they said to just talk about politics and the post office. So, do that.
Well, you know how much I love working with AI and talking about politics in the post office. So, well, I have all the notes for the death stuff, so I think we ought to just stick to that.
That works.
Okay.
That works. Next time, maybe.
All right. Well, let's fire up a cigar since, you know, every once in a while this is a cigar podcast. What have you got?
I have the Aging Room Sonata. That is the Yellow Band Aging Room.
Okay. I also have an Aging Room. Now, I went with this because, and I think it's an appropriate name or an appropriate cigar for us to both be smoking because, well, you know, we're talking about people that are aging and dying. You know, it's the Aging Room. This is where perhaps we could put people to age. And
I do,
you know,
I do like the connection. However, I don't know how much Rafael Nadal would like his product associated with
valid.
that.
He probably wouldn't. But then again, I did the Circle of Life in the last episode that we did like this. So it's like I keep, you know, inadvertently we keep getting these like life and death themed cigars. So,
yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, I like a good theme.
Oh, of course. So I have the Aging Room Cuatro Nicaragua. I have the Maestro. It's the 6x52, like super hard box press torpedo guy. It's in
I also have the torpedo.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and cut these. And the official cutting is brought to you by 2guyscigars.com. That's the number 2guyscigars.com. Two Guys have been around for over 40 years, and they are the trusted name in the cigar industry. Everybody knows Two Guys, but if you don't, please give them a try. You won't be sorry. Family-owned and operated, 2guyscigars.com does the very best to provide a great selection, fair prices, and excellent customer service. I'm confident they have the Aging Room cigars there, so you can head on over to 2guyscigars.com for your next cigar purchase. Maybe tack on some Aging Room and tell them that the Cigar Pulpit sent you. And remember, that's the number 2, guyscigars.com. And with that, it's time to go ahead and cut the cigar. See? I'm adding a little flair to the ad. I'm starting to. It's only taken like over 2 years of reading that thing to be able to be like, I'll add a little flair into it. You know,
Keep it fresh. Keep it fresh.
You know, I keep everybody on their toes. No skipping the ad. Anyway, all righty. Well, do I have that sound thing? I might have that on the board. Well, we're gonna see. So. I'm gonna light my cigar, and while I do, how about we listen to the greatest commercial that you've ever heard? Hey.
Some say cigars are all the same. It's just not true. It's you I have to blame.
Well, I don't know, 'cause what I know, there is a cigar called Aladino Corojo.
Aladino Corojo. Aladino Corojo. They say authentic, so we're not confused, while the others say it's a word that's just abused.
I guess that's so, they can't compete. At least I'm sure Aladino can't be beat.
Corojo. Aladino Corojo. Aladino Corojo. Aladino Cigars uses authentic Corojo tobacco from JRE Tobacco. This is the greatest commercial you ever heard. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, did you hear that? Did that come through?
No, I did not.
Oh, fuck. I swear. One of these days I'm going to get that figured out. I don't know how, but one of these days I'll get it figured out. All right. So you're just over there just thinking like, wow, that's really quiet.
I have it timed out, so I know how long I had to lay it. So.
You're a professional at this.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell. All right. So, Death Watch 2026.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, exactly. We get the Law and Order, the like doom doom, you know. So I have two lists here. I actually have one list that's a little bit more honed down. I got another list that's like really big with all kinds of people, and so I'm kind of going to be looking at two lists at the same time to see like if there's anybody on the more comprehensive list that I feel needs to be mentioned.
Yeah,
because
and that's always a tough line too.
It is.
Like when we do the haze, like who's the celebrity? Like where do you make the cutoff? You know, like some of them are pretty obscure. Like does this guy count?
Well, like the very first one here that I'll mention, January 10th of this 2026, Bob Weir, 78 years old, Grateful Dead co-founder and key figure in San Francisco counterculture rock. Now look, I'm not a Deadhead. You know,
yeah, neither am I.
So,
I
like,
have no idea who that was.
I don't know who that is. I recognize that he was somebody famous, and you know, there's probably some people that are listening to this right now going like, "Damn, man, I forgot that Bob." I'm just assuming they're a hippie, you know, died. But you know, whatever, you know. And like the next one here, January 24th, William Fogue, 89, public health leader central to smallpox eradication.
Yeah, see, I would not have counted that.
I didn't know. I had no idea. Now we get to January 30th. Catherine O'Hara, 71, comic actress from SCTV, Home Alone, and Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, that's a big one. That was a big
one. And one that I didn't see coming. Kind of like the pulmonary embolism that she had. She didn't see it coming.
Yeah, she was relatively young. She was relatively young, right?
71.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I thought she was younger, but
youngish.
You know what shit is that really fucks with my brain lately?
What
is like she's a prime example. They do that like, if you were born in this year, you are now older than you know she was in a Home Alone. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because I want to say she was like early 30s in Home Alone.
Well, if she was 71 when she died. Home Alone came out in what, the early 90s? Mid-90s, early 90s? I mean...
91, I want to say.
So take it back, what, 40 years? Yeah, she'd be like 31.
Yeah, that's
So,
fucking nuts, dude.
Yep. Pretty crazy. By the way, I guess I should have prefaced before we started this that I'll put our normal disclaimer that we obviously wish no ill will towards anybody. This is all in pure fun.
Yes.
We don't want anybody to die. And if they do happen to die randomly, we didn't do it.
I was going to say, nor are we responsible.
Yes.
So.
No, we call that the Jimmy Carter effect because, like, you know, we called that, and literally the next day he passed away. So I just want to point out that, you know, if somebody tomorrow were to pass away after this episode comes out,
emergency pod time.
Emergency pod time, but we didn't do it. Just for the record, we didn't do it. And we wish them and their friends and family our condolences because
unless of course it's like Jake Paul or somebody.
I mean, the world will celebrate the day that Jake Paul dies. But anyway. Anywho, that was dark. January 30th was also a dark day for DeMond Wilson, 79, actor best known as Lamont Sanford on Sanford and Son.
And I love me some Sanford and Son. And that's another example too. Like he was early 30s in that show. Yeah.
I'd also like to point out he's an example of one where it's like, oh fuck, he was still alive.
Yeah, he hasn't. I don't think he's done too much that I'm aware post Sanford and Son.
He did some. I don't know if it was an acting thing, but there was something he was involved in. I vaguely remember when that happened, looking at obituaries and realizing like, oh shit, you know, this dude was into something else. But
and he died because he got one across your lips. Is that right?
It was the big one. He's a coming.
I'll give you one across your lips. I love that show.
Now,
every season of that show.
One other one from January that I want to highlight. January 13th, Scott Adams, creator of the Dilbert comic strip, passed away at age 68.
And that one, he had been suffering from cancer, terminal cancer.
It was pretty bad
while,
for like a long time. So yeah. So that might be one that like it was.
We should have predicted that. We should have probably.
Well, see, and
probably predicted that one.
That's the sad thing is the one. Well, we haven't gone over our predictions yet. But that's the sad thing is, in all fairness, a lot of times you forget. Like somebody passes and you're like, oh shit, I forgot about them. And yeah, I knew they were sick, but I totally forgot, you know, that kind of thing. It's hard to keep track. There's just so many people. But
that's true. And everybody's everybody's so more connected and like the term celebrity. Back in the day, you had when you had just a couple of channels, you had to be something special to get on TV. You know, you had to have like Lucille Ball talent.
Yeah.
Now you could be a celebrity from, you know, reality TV and whatnot. So
you can box old men and be a celebrity. Yeah.
And then fight a real fighter and get your jaw broken in 3 places and never fight again.
Yeah, but you know what? He's paying for that with money that he scammed off of, like, you know, teenagers with cryptocurrency scams and shit. So it all works out.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so moving into February, this is where you and I start to score some points here, because I've not gone over our lists yet, but you know. You and I, in the space of 5 days, both hit. So it started on February 11th when James Vanderbeek, actor best known for Dawson's Creek and Varsity Blues, passed away at the age of 48. And I had him on my prediction list. Now, granted, that was one of those cases where I knew he was sick. I knew it wasn't good. And I went for the low-hanging fruit. And, you know, for the purposes of this very dark and demented game, it worked in my favor.
Yes, he had a real aggressive
colorectal cancer.
Right? Yeah, that'll get you.
Yep. And then February 16th, one of your frequent predictions finally took place. At age 95, Robert Duvall, Oscar-winning actor from The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and Tender Mercies, passed away.
Yeah, he hung around for a while. I mean, like you said, 95, and he's he's kind of one of those where you're like, oh, is he still around?
Yeah.
I know he did that movie fairly recently with Robert Downey Jr. The Judge or something.
Oh, yeah.
But after that, yeah, he just kind of faded away, and you just kind of assumed he was already dead. But no, he was a long decorated life for Robert Duvall.
There you go. But then, neither one of us saw that on the next day, February 17th, the Reverend Jesse Jackson would pass away at age 84.
Yeah, was he sick?
Cause of death was not listed, but he was a civil rights leader, quote, anyway, activist, and two-time presidential candidate. So, you know.
Ironically, I met him once when he was running for, he went to my town when he was campaigning for president many years ago, and I shook his hand.
Look at you.
Jesse Jackson story. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so Jesse Jackson passed away February 17th. Now, then on February 19th, this is a case of the world seemed to care, but I didn't, because I didn't know who he was. 53-year-old actor Eric Dane from Grey's Anatomy and Euphoria passed away from ALS. Again, I didn't know who he was. So, when I saw a thing about him passing away, I was like, I'm not going to do a hey, you know? But, my phone blew up that day. People being like, Eric Dane. And I'm like, who the fuck is Eric Dane? So, anyway.
I would say, same boat, same reaction. I would say he qualifies as a celebrity, but, I had no idea who the fuck he was.
Now, February 23rd, Robert Carradine, 71, actor best known for Revenge of the Nerds, he passed away. And it's only been recently that it's come to light that I guess that was a form of suicide, which makes that
I had read that,
really pretty sad, you know?
Haven't they lost a couple members recently in the past couple of years from that cast, I feel?
As long as Booger is still with us, that's all I care
about.
Booger
is still with us.
Because here's the thing. Booger is a national treasure, and we must protect him at all costs.
And he played a vital role in Supernatural. It's a segue. So.
Oh, okay. Well, he was also on. He did the voice of the best friend on American Dad as well. The little boy's the son's best friend there, who ironically looked a lot like Booger. So
probably by design.
I would think so. One other one from February, we have pop singer-songwriter known for early rock era 1970 hits, Neil Sedaka, 86.
Neil Sedaka, yes.
Yeah.
Neil Sedaka. Yeah.
So,
Calendar Girl.
Yeah, he was right there. Oh, there was one more from February that wasn't on this list, but it is on this list. The Ayatollah Khomeini, 86, the supreme leader of Iran, killed in U.S. and Israeli military strikes.
Yep, that was us. Yeah,
that was us. So, 86. Might have made it longer, but we got it.
Ironically, he was 86.
He was. All right, moving into March, we have, and folks, if you listen long enough, sports. Evidently, I'm very weird about sports. It's I don't know much about football and this and that and whatever, but I'm fucking watching soccer like a madman. But Lou Holtz, Hall of Fame college football coach who led Notre Dame to the 1988 national title, died at 89 years old on March 4th. From there, I'm going to jump down to, I'm going to move back up to March 9th, where we have Alexander Butterfield passing away at 99 years old. He was the Nixon aide who revealed that the White House taping system existed during Watergate. So it's a pretty significant, character in history.
Role in history. Yeah. Gonna say.
Yeah. But then 10 days later, on March 19th, the world stopped because Chuck Norris, martial artist and action star of Walker, Texas Ranger, passed away at age 86.
That one was a big surprise. How can Chuck Norris die?
I think he just decided, It was he just decided.
I kind of feel like that's how people's reaction when John Wayne died. It's how does John Wayne die? How does
I just
Chuck
remember.
Norris die?
I just remember that day. Everybody was just like, it's okay. He'll wake up in an hour. That kind of thing. It's like there were a lot of jokes regarding that, and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder how his family feels at this moment with everybody making jokes about him passing. But I don't know. So, but also not one I saw coming. So definitely not on the list.
Yeah, I don't think he was sick or anything. I think he just got some sort of infection or pneumonia or something or something. I want to say it was some respiratory.
Something
thing.
got him, and it was random, and that was that. Now, moving on down the list. Here's a guy that I'm going to say the name, and very few people are going to know who it is right off the bat. But when I talk about his characters in these movies, you'll know. March 26th, actor James Tolkan, Tolkan, 94 years old. Known for roles in Top Gun and Back to the Future. He was the bald dude who played the principal in Back to the Future that kept calling everybody a slacker. And he was, I think he was a trainer or like a teacher or something like that in Top Gun. He was also in the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe movie. He was like the quintessential 80s character actor. Whenever they needed like a little scrappy badass, James Tolkan came along and played that guy.
He had one of those very recognizable faces.
Super recognizable faces. Like when I was putting this list together, I was like, who is that? And then I saw him and I'm like, oh shit, I know exactly who that is. So, but you got to quantify it because again, nobody knows the name. They just know the characters.
Yeah.
Moving into April, we had Sid Croft, 96 years old, on April 10th. He was the producer and puppeteer behind the H.R. Pufnstuf and other cult children's TV shows. That was all a little bit before my time.
Yeah, I believe he worked with his brother. I think it was Sid and Marty, if I remember.
Yeah, a little bit before my time, but I know of it, and so it's like, all right, fine. I don't know. We got, you know what? This guy's cool. April 12th, Bob Hall, 74 years old, wheelchair racing pioneer and Boston Marathon winner. So, I don't know who it is.
That's a stretch.
Super obscure, but he's on the list. He's on this list. April 16th, Don Schlitz, 73, country songwriter, best known for The Gambler.
Song. Like he wrote it or what?
Yeah, he country songwriter, best known for The Gambler.
Oh, so. Okay. I was gonna say because I know Kenny Rogers singing it.
Yeah.
You wrote it. Okay, yeah.
And then April 19th. See, again, we're getting into music stuff, and I'm not necessarily the best at this. April 19th, Dave Mason, 79 years old, Traffic co-founder and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame musician.
Yeah, our buddy Luke seems to really know all these.
Luke knows the musicians. Like he knows the musicians. And so like he'll say people in the text and it's like, who? And he's like, how do you not know this one? And so like so I'm throwing these in on for Luke here. We got another musician on April 20th, Alan Osmond, 76, eldest member of the Osmonds. So yep, we got that.
They were they Mormons or something? They had like a huge family.
It really truly they were Mormon. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know for certain. A lot of musicians on this list all of a sudden. April 29th, David Allan Coe, 86, outlaw country singer-songwriter. Here, let's compare lists here.
And he's kind of the opposite example. Like I can't think of any specific stuff he does, but I recognize the name.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the opposite of
it's like,
that.
Yeah, you'll count him, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. Moving into May, we have May 2nd, Alex Zanardi, 59, race car driver and Paralympic gold medalist. Anybody that gets a gold medal in the Paralympics, I'm like, you know what? They worked hard. May 4th, John Sterling, 87 years old, longtime New York Yankees radio broadcaster. I don't know him, but, you know, people in New York
I
might.
think,
So,
yeah, I think I can recognize his voice if it's who I'm thinking of.
okay. May 6th, Ted Turner, 87, CNN founder, media mogul, philanthropist, and former Atlanta Braves owner, and also the man behind WCW Wrestling. So
Yeah, and for people of our generation, he kind of played a big role because, like, one of my best friends to this day is a huge Atlanta Braves fan.
Yep.
And he is in Wisconsin or whatever, but the reason he became a Braves fan is he had that channel and they played Braves games.
And that's the thing, the Turner Broadcasting Network, you know, it broadcasts all over the place. And yeah, TBS and TNT, man, those were big deal stations in the history of TV and cable development, you know. So like
in their early 90s when you only had a handful of channels, that was one of them. So
yep, exactly. And you're right, to your point, there's a lot of Braves fans outside of Atlanta specifically because of the efforts of Ted Turner. So it's interesting. Speaking of Braves, the Atlanta Braves, on May 9th, Bobby Cox, 84 years old, at Hall of Fame Atlanta Braves manager, passed away. So
not a good time to be a Braves fan.
3 days you lose Ted Turner and Bobby Cox. So yeah. Now here's one for you. I know this one broke your heart. May 13th, Clarence Carter, 90, soul blues singer known for Patches and Strokin', passed away.
Yeah, I love me some Clarence Carter, and he's another one. I kind of thought he had already passed, you know.
Yep. But no, he passed away on May 13th of this year. Who else are we going to mention here on this list? May 28th, Claude Lemieux, 60, four-time Stanley Cup champion. For those hockey fans amongst us.
With his name, he sounds like a Canadian hockey player.
I would think so. Let's check this other list here because there are more people on it. May 12th, Mark Furman, 74 years old, former LAPD detective known for the O.J. Simpson trial. Yep, so he passed away on May 12th. Shooby-dooby-doo. Let's see who else is on that list there. May 22nd, Rob Bass, 59 years old, rapper known for It Takes Two, passed away from cancer. All right, that's going to take us into June. That's the thing. There's people, but like the big people, the big names, there hasn't been like a ton of the big names so far this year. Which I guess
I'm thinking. Oh, you'll get to it yet.
Yeah,
you haven't mentioned one.
You
haven't mentioned the one I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah, no, we've still got some more to go. So okay, so getting into June here, we have June 6th. We have Anthony Head, actor best known for playing Giles on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He also played the shithead former ex or the ex-husband of Hannah Waddingham on Ted Lasso. So if you watch I'm trying to remember his character's name. It doesn't particularly matter. Richard something or other. But anyway, he played that guy. And that was the last time I saw him in something. Then we have Gene Shalit on June 12th. Longtime Today Show film critic, died at age 100.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that if you weren't familiar with him, as soon as you saw him, you'd like, oh, that guy.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I recognize that guy, and I thought he was dead already, but he was not.
Yeah.
June 14th, we lost Annie Sheeden, 77, actress best known as Kate Tanner, the mom on Alf. Look, no, not to disrespect the dead. I don't want to disrespect the dead. But how bad is it that your entire career is summed up as you were the mom on Alf?
Yeah, that's
It's like, man, that sucks. It kind of does. It's like, yeesh. Somebody named Oliver Tree, 32 years old, musician and comedian, passed away in a helicopter crash on June the 14th.
Yeah, I want to say, I don't know him. Don't quote me on this, but I want to think he's like an influencer or a YouTuber or something like that.
All right.
I could have just made that up. But
Then on June 16th, we lost, oh God, how do I pronounce this? Because I know it's a woman. DeVay Chase, 35. It was the voice of Lilo in Lilo and Stitch, and she played the weird girl in The Ring, the like creepy girl that came out of the TV at you.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, she passed away. That same day, Paul Avery, who was on All My Children, he passed away in a house fire. So that sucks. And on June 18th, Justin Carey, 50 years old, the Sixpence None the Richer bassist, passed away from a stroke. So
whoever the fuck that is.
Well, have you heard of Sixpence None the Richer?
No, I can't say I have.
I know I'm aware of the band. Could not tell you a single song that they did, but I am aware of it. Luke would know.
Probably knows.
No, Luke would know. Luke would know. June 19th, James Burrows, 85. He was a sitcom director tied to Cheers, Friends, and Will and Grace. So he was a big deal with. I remember seeing his name a lot in the credits on Cheers back when I binged that a couple of years ago. June 22nd, we lost Alan Greenspan, 100 years old, former Federal Reserve chairman, one of the most influential central bankers of the modern era, and his cause of death was complications from Parkinson's disease. And
more like complications from being 100 years old.
Well, likely. Mm-hmm. And then that same day, we lost Clive Davis, music executive who shaped careers including Whitney Houston, Bruce Springsteen, Janis Joplin, and Alicia Keys. He died at age 94. He was a pretty big deal in that was one I sent it to you and you're like, and I'm like, come on, dude. Like, we know his work a lot more than we can know and understand Alan Greenspan's work,
Fair.
But yeah, we have. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say we're about caught up, and your list is leaving out probably the biggest name here.
Well, we have ChatGPT to thank for that because I spent an hour trying to tailor this with ChatGPT. So,
yeah, because Kyle Busch, like,
you're right.
You're
right. We did lose Kyle Busch, and yep, no, that's right. He is not on the list. Boy, I'm gonna have to chew into ChatGPT. I have found with the AIs that if you treat them like shit, they like learn and work better.
Like an abusive relationship.
Kinda. Like you go to them and you're just like, you're fucking up. Don't fuck up, and all that. And they're like, we're very sorry. We're very sorry. I also find that sometimes it's fun to threaten to go to a different one. Just be like, if you can't get this right this time, I'm going to just scrap it and just go to Grok and let Grok do it. And Chat will be like, no, it's okay. We'll figure this out. It's really kind of funny.
I like to smack it around and be like, why did you make me do this to you?
Yeah. You want 5 across the eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, and this won't happen next time. Yeah, there's 2 more. I'll just the one. Anne Blythe, 98, Oscar-nominated Golden Age actress from Mildred Pierce. That was June 24th, and on the same day, David Clayton Thomas, 84, Blood, Sweat, and Tears lead singer, passed away. So
yeah. And to go back to the Kyle Busch, like I don't follow NASCAR or anything, but like I recognize that name.
Yeah. And it was a big deal.
He was and he's younger than us.
Yeah,
and he wasn't sick or anything.
It was pneumonia or infection or something like that. Maybe it was an infection.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but it was like, holy shit.
Pneumonia sounds right. I think.
Mm-hmm. But it was very sudden. So, okay. Now that gets us caught up for the first 6 months. Again, ooh, I just nearly burnt the shit out of my fingers with the end of my cigar.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how are you liking your aging room?
You know, it's good. My only problem, and it's not anything to do with the cigar. Well, I mean, it technically is, but it's not. Is I have a little bit of a split like right above the band. And so if I put it in my mouth, it's such the wrong way, the wrapper peels back. And so I'm having to remember the specific direction to hold the cigar and to put it in the mouth to take a draw on it. Otherwise, it's good.
Would your cigar glue help with that?
Maybe. I don't, maybe, but I'd have to slather on an awful lot of it, and I'll just deal. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah, I really like all the aging rooms, all three of them. I would say the one you're smoking is probably my favorite. I think it's maybe slightly stronger than the other two.
This one is the one that got the Cigar of the Year from Aficionado, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the one I'm smoking the Sonata is probably my second favorite.
Yeah.
They're all super good. You can't go wrong.
Oh, I agree. It's one that kind of just I guess it kind of piggybacks on an episode that I've got coming up with Mike Brinker, but it kind of is a brand that kind of floats under the radar a little bit. It doesn't seem to get a lot of attention. I mean, yeah, it got the Cigar of the Year that one year, but it kind of is really shitty that for aging room in that it got Cigar of the Year that year, and instead of the reaction from everybody being like, "Oh, congratulations," it was really, and it's like,
okay. I mean, I really enjoyed it. And yeah, aging room, to your point, it's one of those ones where like, whenever I get them, I'm like, God, I should buy these more often. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so I told you off the air or whatever, but I have a tobacco outlet near my work.
Yeah.
And it is going out of business. So everything they're selling all their inventory.
Oh shit.
And every week it's reduce. So
shit.
I got this aging room for under $4 with tax.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a deal. That's a good deal.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. There comes a point when it's like, when they're that low, just buy the stock, just buy the inventory, just take the box and just be like, there's 12 of them in there, I'll just buy them all, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I did buy some handfuls for sure.
Yeah.
They're a good cigar. I enjoy it.
Yeah, shit. Here I am getting McAuliffe Color Series because it's $5, and I'm just like, all right, cool. I need my daily, budget-friendly smoke, and you're just like, I got aging room for under $4. It's like, oh shit, So
so I got a bunch of Romeo Julietas, Midnight Twists for around the same price.
Really? Because when I go to the Total Wine by me, they're $19 a piece.
Yeah, $3.50 for a Toro. So
good Lord, good freaking Lord. All right, so let's go over our prediction lists, so that we can see like who we're still waiting on. So we had 4 mutual picks.
Okay.
Dick Van Dyke, Mel Brooks, who literally just turned 100 like a couple of days
as of this record. Yeah, I think as of this recorded, like today or yesterday.
Yeah, it's super like right on point. Bruce Willis and Ric Flair. Those were our 4 mutuals. And so far, they all seem to be hanging on. I'd say that of the 4, look, Mel Brooks and Dick Van Dyke, they're 100. Anything,
they seem to be doing fine.
I know, but like they are 100, so anything can happen at any given time.
Yeah,
but
a fall, a cold,
yeah. Bruce Willis, I would say, of the 4, tends to be the one that I would think is probably the most likely to go first, only due to his illness. And I keep seeing reports about how he continues to decline, but yet for whatever reason, I mean, I'm not wishing him dead. He is hanging on.
Yeah, it's a horrible disease, and yeah, I haven't heard too much lately. So, and who was the other one?
Ric Flair, pro wrestler.
And that one,
Ric Flair.
that I watched. Went down some pigeonhole the other day, and it was some just different interviews about Ric Flair's drinking from other wrestlers and shit.
It's bad. It's so bad.
And the fact that he's still alive is like,
yeah,
mini miracle in itself. And he hasn't, to my knowledge, stopped at all. I think he's still
he's still doing it. I mean, and because the last time we talked about him, we talked about how he was getting in trouble for doing cameo videos for people while drunk off his ass, and like one dude send him something about like his buddy was getting married and he wanted Ric Flair to do like a video congratulating his buddy on getting married, and Ric Flair basically was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Don't get married," and all that. And it's like, oh my God. And mind you, he's charging a shit ton of money to do this.
Right.
So Ric Flair is like, he's self-destructing. So at any given moment, that could be his.
I think my favorite Ric Flair statistic is he has been kicked out of, I want to say, like 4 Tampa bars for shitting his pants.
Nice.
So like you could theoretically, go to JC Newman or smoking in Tampa and watching the chickens and watching Ric Flair shit his pants all on the same day.
Sounds like a fucking good day to me.
It certainly does.
That's when you just sit there, and the minute it happened, you just go, "Woo!"
Woo!
You're right. I wasn't gonna be enthusiastic about it because I'm sure it would stink. But all right. So the rest. Let's go over the rest of the list here. So my list, I had Bill Cosby, Jack Hanna, Jungle Jack Hanna, Wayne Newton, Bob Dylan, which admittedly was a bit of a flyer, but you know what? You got to take a flyer. Faye Dunaway, Zachary Ty Bryan, also a flyer, but dude, let's be real. That guy also on a self-destructive path. So at any given moment, that could go poor. Apparently, near the end of the episode, I decided randomly to tack on Bill Clinton because I guess he was not looking too great at a couple of appearances at the time. I don't know.
And with all that Epstein shit coming out,
so maybe that's why I did it. I don't know. It was a bit of a stretch. You on your list had Gary Busey, Joe Biden, Mitch McConnell, Eva Marie Saint, Rosemary Harris, Frankie Valli, and Clint Eastwood. Is Rosemary Harris still with us?
I believe so. And fucking somehow Eva Marie Saint is like, how are you fucking starring in On the Waterfront and still alive?
God, she is.
Like she's
Rosemary Harris.
She's literally like
98 years old. And
I think Eva Marie Saint's like 102 or something.
Eva Marie Saint is 101. She actually will turn 102 on July the 4th.
Well, hopefully she makes it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
yeah. Frankie Valli and Clint Eastwood were the remains of your list.
And Frankie Valli, I'm still surprised by that one.
No, I know. He's like an automaton. He looks like a character from Chuck E. Cheese at this point. Like, he's just like up there with his little jam band of monkeys and possums and shit, belting out fucking, his hits.
Yeah,
but
he looks like an exhibit at Westworld.
It's really weird. Now, you might get a point with Mitch McConnell before this is all said and done, because as of the day we're recording this, I'm pretty sure he went into the hospital over 2 weeks ago, and there has been no word from anything about him, his condition, or what's going on. His staff put out some word about how he's positive and blah blah blah, but like, dude, it's been
have you seen those
quiet.
videos? Have you seen those videos where it's up to like 3 now, where he's just had a stroke on camera?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the dude is in really rough shape, and like I said,
and then
he's been
Frankie
in the hospital
Valli,
for over 2 weeks.
And Frankie Valli too. I think I read recently that he canceled the remainder of his tour dates.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I think he cited health reasons too.
So if I were to handicap your list and say, if I had to put money down to say, like, okay, who do we think from your list isn't going to make it to the end of the year? I would put some money on Mitch McConnell and Frankie Valli. Granted, you have some other, like, they should, like, be safe bets with Eva Marie Saint, Rosemary Harris, and quite frankly, Clint Eastwood.
They're all upper 90s or centurions.
Yeah, and then there's Joe Biden, who, was dealing with his cancer. So, like, that, and that was supposed to be aggressive, if I recall. But, like, so I mean, like, let's be real. You could go on a really heavy 6-month run here and very nearly clear your deck. Gary Busey, I don't know if I see that one, but you never know with him. I mean, it could go.
He could try to fight a train or something.
Exactly, on my list, Bill Cosby, let's be real, he was let out of prison because of his illness and health conditions.
Was it the cancer or what is it?
I don't know. I don't remember. Here, let's Google here. Not Bill Cosby.
And he's got to be upper 80s, right?
I would think so. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bill Cosby's primary health condition is severe vision loss, with his representatives reporting that he's completely and legally blind. The decline in eyesight is attributed to degenerative eye diseases, specifically glaucoma and some other thing that I'm not going to attempt to pronounce. But
ironically, that's the same disease a lot of his victims suffered from.
He is currently living in his suburban Philadelphia home out of the public spotlight while continuing to navigate ongoing civil litigation and sexual assault lawsuits. We'll go.
And he's one of those cases, kind of like Michael Jackson. Like, it's really hard to separate the man from his work.
Bill Cosby's 88. Yeah, it's true.
And me personally, I never found Bill Cosby that funny. Like,
it depends. I didn't necessarily think the Cosby Show, but see, also you got to realize, like, that I was not the I was not the age demographic. I don't want to say the demographic. I was not the age demographic for the Cosby Show when it was on originally. And then now looking back at it, A, you have all the bullshit, but B, you're also watching a sitcom from the 80s, and, like, it's very rare that a sitcom from the 80s hits the same way in 2026 that it did then. You know what I mean? Like, the humor has evolved so much,
Maybe humor, but I can tell you one thing. The A-Team hits just as hard now.
Well, okay. But see, that's not comedy. That's badassery action right there.
Yes.
There are some, I'm not saying all, there are some sitcoms from the 80s that I think still hold up to a degree. Cheers, we mentioned that earlier. Cheers holds up to a degree. There is some, 80s hokiness to it, but, it does hold up to a degree.
Yeah, and that's probably the most common example of that thing I was talking about earlier episode where, like, if you were born here, you're older than these people.
Yeah.
We're literally older than everyone except for that old.
Older than Coach. And by God, I think we're getting close to that. Yeah. So Bill Cosby. Now, Jungle Jack Hanna, he has an illness as well. And I think I've predicted him 2 years straight. Based upon that. And he just keeps hanging on.
That's familiar.
Wayne Newton, I think what happened there is I had predicted that, who was the one singer that ended up with the, like, cancer?
Barry Manilow?
Yes. And then, like, right before we recorded, I found out it wasn't, like, it was obviously cancer. It wasn't something unserious, but it wasn't something that was, like, immediately life-threatening. So I just went ahead and switched it to Wayne Newton because I was like, Wayne's old,
Well,
So
when we were in Vegas for TPE, I was staying at the Flamingo, and Wayne Newton was still performing.
Yeah.
And I didn't see a show, but they had the poster out, and he looks like he's made of wax.
So I mean, at any given time, I guess.
And I want to say he's in his 90s.
And then Bob Dylan, I just did that because I don't really care for Bob Dylan.
Watch, he's going to be the one that dies. And
yeah. And I'm going to feel bad because I just talked about how I don't like Bob Dylan.
Yeah, they're going to clip that.
Faye Dunaway, how old is she? She is currently 85 years old. So, I mean, That was an obscure, that was kind of an off-the-wall pick. I don't know what made you land on that one. I don't know how I did that either. I think I don't know. I already explained Zachary Ty Bryan. I did that mostly just because, like, at the time he was flaming out. And then Bill Clinton. So, yeah, I'll be honest. I may have hit unless something weird happens or, like, maybe Cosby or Jack Hanna or Wayne Newton, kind of like time catches up. I may not do nearly that well this year. I will say you have the potential to like really go on a tear if these last 6 months go bad for some people.
Yeah, I'd fucking look like the Grim Reaper if I could.
Yeah, but dude, the thing is, you pick those people now. I will say there are some obvious ones that you and I, have ignored. Two of which came to mind while I was doing this. David Attenborough, also 100 years old.
Yeah, and I want to say he was on some of our previous lists. I want to say
okay.
One of us picked him one year. Yeah, for that same reason.
And then
I want to say he's still active. I think he's still doing some form of narration, I want to say.
I wouldn't shock me. I mean, shit, if you got the voice, then go ahead. Why not? And that goes back to what you and I talked about in the last one of these episodes of if you're staying active, it keeps your mind active and it keeps you younger, that kind of thing.
I think that's what's keeping Dick Van Dyke and Mel Brooks
100%, Mel Brooks, man, they just finished Spaceballs too. And then the other one that I looked up, and Buzz Aldrin's 96.
Yeah.
So
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I could go.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I don't know. So far, we're both sitting at 1. Now, we do have the mutuals, and any one of those could go. But I think if we're looking at our individual lists, I think you have a much higher percentage of possibility going into the latter half of this year than I do.
And I know you've been getting into DraftKings lately. There's probably some market out there, probably not DraftKings, but there's probably somewhere you could probably put physical money on this.
Oh, there's those prediction markets. I mean, you could go to like Kalshi or whatever they call it, and everything. And I'm sure you could probably put money on it. I would feel entirely too morbid putting money down on which celebrity is going to pass away this year.
Yeah, that'd be blood money. That'd be blood money.
Yeah, that would make me feel a little dirty.
Plus,
it's dark enough that we do this episode.
Yes. Plus, like, there's got to be some legal things because if I'm putting $100,000 on somebody dying, I'm probably like gonna see to it that he died. I'm gonna sneak up behind Mo Brooks and scare him.
Well, let's put it this way: you're definitely going to be on a suspect list in the immediate aftermath of his passing for a hot minute, until they clear you or don't clear you, So, yeah, it whatever. But anyway, so yeah, that's where things stand. You have any that you want to add to the list? Any new ones that you want to add to the list?
I'm trying to think. I'm pretty happy with my list now. I'm sure there's some obvious ones.
You should be pretty happy with your list, but yeah, and that's the thing. There are likely some obvious ones, but
I know I sent you some stuff. Can't remember who.
Yeah,
I think Barry Manilow is one, and there's some other one.
You tend to send those through Instagram, I think. So let's
Instagram or Facebook or something.
Let's look at the. Oh wait, that's not it. There it is. That's us talking about that kid that lost that costume contest.
Try Facebook Messenger. I think I sent something.
Was it Facebook?
Yeah,
Corey Feldman was hospitalized after a medical emergency on a flight back on June 16th.
Okay.
You did send me that.
He's pretty young.
He is pretty young. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's another. We would be older than, kind of thing.
I saw recently, so I'll add this one. I hope I'm wrong on this one, but I went to this rabbit hole, and I'm not sure if it's in remission or whatever. But Mr. T is been battling cancer for a number of years.
Oh, that sucks.
And he's up there in age too.
You sent me Rod Stewart was on oxygen on tank after health troubles. Halted a Utah concert for oxygen. Yeah. So we got Rod.
Let me go ahead and add Rod Stewart and Mr. T as flyers.
All right, Rod Stewart and Mr. T. Now I saw Rod Stewart. He was in the crowd at one of the Scotland soccer games.
I read some sort of controversy because he canceled a bunch of the shows.
He canceled a concert to go to that soccer game.
Yeah, so people were pretty upset. But, and whatever.
Here it is. Frankie Valli cancels farewell tour due to health concerns. That was June 1st that you sent me that link. So, and Mr. T actually had his birthday on May 21st. He was 74 years old. So
my favorite Rod Stewart thing, this is kind of off topic, but so back in the day before
Rod Stewart thing, okay,
yeah.
Oh, and Ving Rhames collapsed in a restaurant on April 29th.
Yeah, he's tough though.
Yeah, fine.
So back in the day before we could fact check shit we do now, you would hear a rumor and you just believe it as fact. And so I remember there's this famous Rod Stewart one where he collapsed on stage and they rushed him to the hospital and they pumped his stomach and they found 2 quarts of jizz in there.
Oh my God.
And I'm sure it's completely made up, but you just believe that as fact.
I mean, I would hope it's made up, but then again, if you think I'm sexy,
yeah,
if
but
you like
the
my
same
body,
thing,
come on, let me know,
So the whole Marilyn Manson removing ribs to suck his own dick, it was kind of the same thing.
I remember that rumor too. And you know what's funny about that? This was the day and age before social media and the internet and everything like that. How did that shit spread around to all over the fucking place?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I don't understand.
You tell your friend and then that friend, and then it just becomes a telephone game. And it's just... but that explains locally. But how is it that you, a guy in Wisconsin, are hearing the freaking Marilyn Manson bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And then here I am, this high school kid in Illinois, hearing the same fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Surely you would think MTV or something wouldn't have spread a malicious rumor like that, So it's obviously coming. It had to have been reported someplace. Where did this information get disseminated if it weren't for the internet? That's valid, yeah.
Unless we're all checking out the chat boards on AOL and GeoCities, and that's how we're finding out shit back then. But I don't know. Seems odd to me. Well, anyway. All right. Well,
on that note,
I was gonna say that we're back in my day. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on and do this now. It's time for the Villiger Cigars Entertainment Report, brought to you by
Villiger.
Villiger Cigars, one of the leading cigar and cigarello manufacturers in the world, founded in 1888 and still family owned and operated. Head over to VilligerCigars.com and check the store locator to find a shop near you that carries them. We guarantee that Villiger Cigars will be a wonderful addition to your humidor and cigar rotation. All right, it's entertainment report time. What have you got?
I got a lot actually. I
Good,
came
because
pretty
I
lucky.
have nothing but wrestling and soccer, so that works out really, really well. So,
and I want to say, I really like this whole you getting into the soccer thing.
oh, you do. I would.
I do.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I would have probably put you in the camp with my dad of like, what the hell, soccer? You know?
Oh no, totally. I hate soccer, and I'm totally Team Jim. Like I thought, like the World Cup was somehow related to Pride Month,
Oh God.
but so I was totally with Jim on everything he said until he followed it up with, but he's a big fan of the WNBA. So, I mean,
he lost his credibility when he supported them.
Yes.
Okay,
I was with you, but yeah, I like how you like it, just because it seems so random. Like I never would have picked.
Dude, for the life of me, I don't.
Like it.
I don't know how I got it. Like, I really don't. I think, truthfully, what it was, it started on a weekend that I did not have Max. And so it was one of those things where it's like, for whatever reason, that weekend, I didn't have Max. I didn't really have anything going on. And it was nice outside. So I was able to just sit in the garage and just watch soccer all weekend long and smoke a shit ton of cigars. And it was me and ChatGPT. And I will freely admit, up until that weekend, I wasn't having conversations. ChatGPT was a tool. But like during that, I started asking Chat, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Explain this rule to me. Is the hydration break new? Blah, 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 and all that. And like next thing I know, I'm having a full-on conversation with my ChatGPT all about the World Cup and the different soccer leagues and this and that and whatever, and this team and that team. And so like, it's crazy. It's absolutely, I can understand how people think that their AI is their friend, by the way.
Yeah. Well, like, wasn't Paul Schrader like dating an AI?
Oh, it wouldn't shock me.
So like you know who Paul Schrader is?
Yeah,
right?
I know who Paul Schrader is. Wouldn't shock me in any way, shape, or form. I'm confusing names here. It's either Paul or Dave. The guy who wrote Taxi Driver. Oh,
it's either Paul or Dave Schrader.
The guy who wrote Taxi Driver?
Yeah.
Paul Schrader is an actor, and he's a bald dude with a gap between his teeth. He does like a movie podcast or something, I think, right?
Okay, it's either Dave Schrader or Paul Schrader, but yeah, he wrote Taxi Driver, and then he had AI like review some scripts.
Maybe I'm screwing up. I might be thinking I'm thinking of Paul Scheer. Scheer. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm fucking up too. So anyway, yeah, we're all confused. So okay. All right. So yeah.
But I just like how, just totally random you got into soccer and now we're betting money on it. It just amuses me.
Very small.
But yeah, I never liked soccer, but like whatever, like other people like it. I will say though, I am really enjoying these foreigners that are coming and experiencing America and like Buc-ee's and Waffle House and stuff.
Yeah.
That part of the World Cup I really enjoy.
Dude, it's so much fun. And here's the thing. It's led to so many amusing little anecdotes. Like the fact that the TSA had to put out a statement to all the Europeans flying back to their various countries, telling them that if you're going to bring back a shit ton of ranch dressing, make sure it's in your check bag because it cannot be in your carry-on. And then from there, you have Hidden Valley coming out with travel packs of ranch, like little pouches that travel well. I mean, this is funny as shit.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. I guess I just assumed every country had ranch dressing.
They don't. But it's totally an American thing. Not. It's a United States thing. Ranch is all us. Apparently, so is free refills and ice in your drinks. I didn't realize that either.
Yes. So all these things we take for granted. It's like it gives you a new sense of patriotism.
It does. It does. You feel good. You feel good. I've been following this one Scottish guy. And, he obviously is, the team, Scotland's done, which I'm sad. I liked Scotland. They did not play very well, but I liked Scotland because, they were scrappy and I liked their fans. And Anyway, but he's apparently staying in the States just a little while longer to do some more tourist stuff. And so he was leaving Florida, and he said originally he was heading to New Orleans, but he's since decided he's going to circle up, go to one other city, and then go to Memphis. And I'm thinking, boy, I don't know. I don't know which one of those cities is one that, maybe
both pretty rough.
I was going to say you might want to be careful in both of those cities, but I will say, wouldn't it not be fun to hook up a I'd say probably mid-60s-year-old just super Scottish guy with Teddy?
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, we need to hook him up and Teddy.
I think that needs to be a meeting that takes place. Talk about a meeting of the minds and the meeting of different worlds right there. You get Teddy.
He could be his Memphis tour guide.
Right? I think that'd be funny as shit. You get Dakota in on that and everything.
I'd watch that show, man.
Right? I mean, I think it'd be funny. So I would be amused. And quite frankly, now I'm sitting here thinking, well, shit, dude, if you're in Memphis, you're only 4 hours south of me. Why don't you just swing on up to St. Louis, and then I will take the Scotland dude around. It's like, I would be fine with that. I think that'd be fun. But, so no, I've been very entertained by all of that.
If we can send the Scottish guy after St. Louis up to me, and I'll get him drunk for $20.
See, now okay, you just touched on something there. You have any idea how much I desperately wanted the Tartan Army to descend upon Wisconsin so that we could put our best drunks up against their best drunks to see, what would happen?
Wisconsin takes that.
I don't know, man. These are the fucking Scots. 45 minutes into their flight from Scotland to the States, they ran out of all the booze on the plane. They drank a little Boston
biased.
Dry.
I'm biased, but Wisconsin don't fuck around, man. It's like a sport. It's like a sport.
Well, yeah. I mean, they obviously take it serious too. That's what I'm saying. I think it'd be very interesting. I think that would probably be the most epic matchup of the World Cup. Wisconsin versus Scotland.
We'll make it happen. We'll start with Teddy, and we'll share them.
I think it needs to happen, and I think if I did see that the United States was looking to lobby to get the World Cup again, and I think the soonest we could get it again would be like 2036 or 8. I can't remember which. And it was one of those.
This confuses me too. Like, I've never followed soccer, especially the World Cup, but who do you root for? Because as an American, you should want to root for USA.
Well, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But then you're like, okay, well, maybe I'd want to root for my nationality. So with me, I don't even know if they're in it, but Serbia has a team.
Bosnia does.
And Serbia will beat Bosnia historically and everything. But where my last name comes from is actually a city in Serbia, and I believe they have their own soccer team.
Okay.
So it's it's hard. It'd be hard to root for USA if there's a Zeleznik team.
Well, and that's,
I feel like you'd have to root for that.
That's the thing, that's a personal thing. I mean, I have been entertained. I look at it this way. I'm a citizen of the United States, so of course I'm gonna be all in for the United States when they're playing. But quite frankly, do I think the United States has what it takes to make it all the way? I do not. I mean, looking ahead,
soccer's really not our thing.
It's really not our thing. We're getting better, but it's not our thing. So, looking at the bracket, we're first taking on Bosnia, and then from there we're taking on whoever wins between Belgium and Senegal. So I could see where maybe we win those two games to put us in the quarterfinal. Now, the quarterfinal, that's when we're going to have to take on either Portugal, Croatia, Austria, or Spain. And Spain is super good. So quite frankly, I anticipate the quarterfinal being the United States versus Spain. And I think that's where we end up getting our ass kicked. So I think
how long is the World Cup for? How long does it go?
It goes till July 19th.
And it started when?
like June fudge. What day did that start? Hang on. The text on this is really small because I printed out a poster on 8.5 by 11. June 11th. So it's just
a whole lot of soccer.
So it's just over a month. Yeah, no, it's a whole lot of soccer. Now, in the beginning, during all the group play for the first 3 weeks, dude, you're getting 4 to 6 games a day. Like it's just all day soccer. But now that we're in the tournament play, it's a lot less. Like today, as we record, there was literally one game, Canada and South Africa. And then tomorrow, I think we get like 3. So it's not like it does slow down dramatically as we get further into it, apparently. But yeah. But I will say, I have come to find an appreciation to it. Yes, it looks like they're just kicking it around. And in some cases, like the end of the Austria-Algeria game the other night when they were both trying to play for a draw or to lose, they kind of were just kind of kicking it around. But oftentimes what it is they're kicking it around trying to set something up. And you can kind of just tell. Once you've watched enough of it, you can kind of tell, like, okay, this team has some momentum and they're kicking it around, but it's for a purpose and it's leading to a play to try and get the ball in position to score. Other times you can tell they're kicking it around trying to just stay, to keep the ball away from this team that's going to kick their ass if they get the ball, that kind of thing. And it's keep away. So like you can kind of learn to figure out like what's what. And I will say too, because the goals don't come as quickly, they are bigger deals when they happen, and they seemingly happen like out of nowhere if you're not paying attention. It's like all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, that just happened. And it's fun. It's actually fun. It is fun.
Huh. Good.
I still don't understand the fouling though, because some of these guys, it's like they're getting just torn to the ground and nothing happens. And then other times it's like a little slight nudge to the ankle, and it's an egregious offense. So I don't quite understand the fouling at all.
Me either.
So anyway, so there's that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I took some notes. What I've been watching here.
Okay, good.
Okay. So this has been fun for me. And this all started. I'll go a little further back. So a while back, I bought my son a T-shirt, which he wears all the time, and it's a Rocky shirt, and it's Rocky and Apollo Creed on it. Okay. Well, he's never seen these movies. He wore it to school, and his classmates, including himself, thought that the people on the shirt were Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Oh no!
And that hurt me so deeply.
Oh,
so I was like, all right,
no.
I was like, all right, Luca, we're gonna be binge watching.
Yeah, you've got
Rocky.
some educating to do with that boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
I went to pull up Rocky, and of course I have them all on DVD, but we don't have a DVD player. I found out. So
that sucks.
And so I went to put it on Netflix or just to watch Rocky, and it wasn't available anywhere.
And therein lies why physical media is very valuable.
Exactly. Well,
Yep.
as luck would have it, about a month later, Netflix released all of the Rockies plus Rocky Balboa and all the Creed movies.
Oh, you're set.
So I was like, all right, we'll be binge watching Rockies. So we made it through. We just finished 4 last week.
Okay.
So we watched Rocky 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Now, for my money, Rocky is the best film.
Yeah.
But for an 11-year-old, he was kind of bored because, like, you're introducing the characters. Honestly, it's probably a love story.
It is a love story. Yes.
And so he wasn't really thrilled with that. But after that, they kind of go in a different direction that's more action focused.
Yeah.
So then he started to get into them. So his favorite one so far is 4. And
well, yeah,
so
that's the one with the Russian, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
yeah.
experiencing all these Rockies for the first time. He doesn't know who's going to win. He's seen all these larger than life characters.
Well,
he really got into it.
And that is fair. The whole you don't know who's going to win, because Rocky, everybody thinks Rocky wins in Rocky 1. But Rocky loses in Rocky 1.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So
he did. He does and he doesn't. So yes, he loses, but like it was his goal just to go the distance.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it was like
exactly.
But yeah, so yeah, he's experiencing all these. He's digging it, and so now I got to prepare him for Rocky 5.
Oh, geez.
Which it is going to be like the biggest letdown. He's going to learn about disappointment real quick.
Easily the worst Rocky movie there is.
Yeah, and I would go even further to say it's one of the worst movies ever.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
And so I often compared it to Godfather 3 in the sense that
that's a good comparison actually.
And so I looked it up, and Godfather 3 actually rates a lot higher, at least on IMDb, than Rocky 5.
Gross.
And Talia Shire is involved in both of them. So,
well, now we know.
She's
now we know the common denominator.
Yes. So yeah, Rocky 5 is so horrible, and then Rocky 5 was so bad that Stallone felt bad. So that's when they released Rocky Balboa. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
I have. That now, correct me if I'm wrong. That's the one where he is older and there was a video game about what if he fought this dude in his prime and all this kind of shit.
Yes,
and everything. Yeah.
And so the main reason he did that was he didn't want to go out on Rocky 5, right?
Yeah.
And another reason he did that was because the people that not grew up on Rockies, but people of our generation, we watched all the Rockies.
Yeah.
We never got to experience it in the theater.
Oh,
Rocky Balboa came out so much later. So I remember I was super pumped to see Rocky Balboa in the theater.
Yeah.
Really, really nostalgic for me. So we'll do that one. And then I didn't even realize this, but there's 3 Creed movies.
I didn't know there was a third one.
Yeah. So I didn't see the third one. So I'm only seeing. So I'll get to experience that for the first time. But I saw the first 2 in the theaters, and I actually liked Creed. I would put Creed higher than Rocky Balboa and Rocky 5, of course.
Oh, 100%. So, yeah. And you could make a solid argument that it's a Rocky movie. I mean, I know it's a spin-off, but Rocky's
still involved.
He's featured enough in that movie, and it kind of touches on his life and the character advancement and everything that I mean it's a solid movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
so that's what we've been doing.
Wasn't there a falling out though between Stallone and Michael B. Jordan or something like that, and then Stallone got out of those movies?
Perhaps. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know why I felt like I heard that, but I don't know. But again, I haven't seen 3. Maybe he's in all 3 of them. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, I don't know. So we did that, and then also, and I know I've talked about this show before, but it's just fresh in my mind because about an hour before we went to record, I just finished the season 4 finale aired today of From.
Okay.
So it's a fantastic show. It's one of those shows though, it's really hard to find.
Yeah.
Legally anyway. I'm sure a lot of people. I'm not much for technology, so I'm sure there's ways to view it.
Yeah.
But the only way to view it legally that I know of is you have to get the MGM app. So we have that
app too.
Yeah, so we have that app for literally just that show.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is what fucking irritates me so much, and it's not exclusive to this show, but shows take so fucking long, so it leaves on this fucking cliffhanger. Not to spoil anything, but now I have to wait a fucking year and a half, and they got greenlit for season 5, and season 5 is going to be the final season.
Yeah.
So it's okay, now I have to wait a fucking year and a half. It's just I
agree. I agree. They wait entirely too long in between seasons on stuff these days, and it kills any momentum a show has.
Yeah,
So
I think the play almost would be wait till the show is done. That way,
just watch it all.
Just watch it all.
Well, it's what show was I thinking about the other day? And somebody mentioned it, and I was like, "Oh man, I forgot about that show." And it ended Severance.
Yes, that's another one. Yeah, and that I don't know what happened there because that was the number 1 show that app did.
Right.
And huge ratings, and
And
it's like
they're
I don't
just
even think.
dragging their feet doing the next season.
Yes. So I don't know if they were even like working on it. I don't think it's started filming yet.
I don't know.
That ended over a year ago. And that was
Right?
another one that ended on a huge cliffhanger. And
Exactly.
It's like, okay, well, now I got to rewatch that.
Well, and maybe that's the whole scheme. Let's put enough time in between to where people have to go back and rewatch the old stuff. But I don't do it. I just kind of find a recap somewhere, and I'm like, okay, I just jog the memory that way. But yeah, I don't know. Dave, Smoking Butts Dave was telling me that there's some show on Apple TV called Sugar that's supposed to be really, really good. And I haven't checked it out yet, but for what it's worth, Dave recommends Sugar.
Fair enough. And then the last thing I have on my list, I watched some real fucked up documentaries lately.
Oh boy.
So
for you to say that, this might be interesting. So okay.
Yeah. So I'll just kind of glance over some of these. So I'm sure you've seen this one, or at least heard about it. The Crash. So
is that the one about the girl? She crashes her car and like.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I know that much. I know very little about it.
So basically, it's I first got turned on to it because I saw all these memes going around, and then like the trial was going on. So it's a newer documentary, but I think the case happened a couple of years ago. But she essentially, some psycho fucking broad, some really like entitled, this horrible person, decides to like break up with her boyfriend by like running into a wall at 100 miles an hour in her car.
What?
And killing him. Yeah, and killing him and her friend. So she gets tried for murder, and she's trying to claim like some medical thing, but it's like they ruled all that out, and she like hit the gas and all this stuff. And they did this documentary, and I don't know what the point of it was, like on why they allowed it to happen, because her parents came off just looking like horrible people and just as guilty, and it's just a bad look.
Boy, that tends to happen a lot of times in these. Like I think back to the one about the little girl and whether or not she was a little girl or if she was a 20-year-old.
Yes.
What the fuck was the name of that one? It was on HBO. I watched like 3 or 4 seasons of that bullshit.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That was a good one.
But her parents came off horrible in that show, and it's like, why are you participating? Why?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. What the fuck?
So that's a good one.
I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think it had the chicks in it. Anyway, and then this last one, spoiler alert, I'm just going to give it away just because how fucked up it is. I would say that this might be the most fucked up documentary I've ever watched. And of course, I don't remember the name of it, and it's on Netflix or something. But yeah. So basically, it starts out with this woman getting pulled over, and she's got a newborn baby on her lap, fucking placenta out and everything. And she gets pulled over. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to rush to the hospital. I just gave birth." And here they see this newborn baby on her lap and placenta. So like, "Oh shit, let's rush you to the hospital or whatever." And so they rush her to the hospital.
Is it maternal instinct?
I don't know. Maybe.
I literally just Googled Netflix documentary about woman pulled over with baby.
Yeah.
And it talks about Taylor Parker, a woman.
I think that. Yeah.
Perfect relationship, hit a shocking secret.
Yeah. Okay. So she gets pulled over, baby, rushed to the hospital.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of examine her, and they get the doctor and the police, and then they're like, actually, they examine her vagina. You did not give birth at all, actually.
It's this maternal instinct is the name of
it. Yeah. So, spoiler alert, she's a psycho broad that had mental issues her whole life, obviously. But spoiler alert is she was jealous of her friend who was pregnant. So she cut out this baby. She killed her and cut out her she cut the baby right out of this pregnant woman.
Oh God.
And then so that's the baby that she had in her lap. And it's fucking just horrendous. It's like the worst imaginable thing. Like,
she
stabbed her like 100 times, and her daughter found her, and they're like, "Oh, is the baby still alive? And they flipped her over, and there's like, yeah, there's no baby.
Oh my
It's just
God.
yeah, truly fucked up shit. So
All
I've been
right.
watching.
Well, super
Villiger.
wholesome shit right there. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
That's a good way to talk about a death episode. Is some further gruesome shit.
Wow. Yeah. No.
And all of this on the heels of your last episode, which was a very lighthearted and I was actually laughing out loud when I was listening to it because I could totally see you in that situation. With
at fucking
Starbucks.
Target, with the kid
Yes.
that's catcalling the
Yeah.
two women, and I'm just like standing there like, oh no, yeah,
The play. I mean, yes, throw the kid under the bus, but you should have been like,
100%.
I was whistling at Otis Redding, not you ladies. Okay.
Well, that's okay.
You know,
You touched on something there, and I don't know if I brought it up at the time or not, but like, I want to know what kind of fucking magician these women thought I was, that I could be literally whistling to Otis Redding while at the same time, with the same mouth and vocal cords, whistle and catcall them. It's like, do I look like the freaking like sound effects dude from the Police Academy movies? Like how in the world do you think that I am able to do both of these whistles at the exact same time?
That and of course the ones that are the most offended have probably never actually been catcalled in their life.
In all fairness, looking at these women, I sincerely doubt either one have been
that's what I'm saying.
Catcalled, or at the very least catcalled in a very long time.
Yeah, so at least like take the compliment. Not that I'm saying that.
I mean, yeah,
catcalling's a compliment.
The 10-year-old boy thought that your butts were cute, and he whistled. Whatever, take it and run. I mean,
yeah.
Hey,
So
whatever.
So does that? If you're keeping score at home, does that mean you are now banned from Denny's as well as Starbucks?
Oh fuck. Well, no. I mean, maybe that's Starbucks. I can't go to the Starbucks located in the Target in South County, I guess now. Now I have to go to one of the 8,000 other ones around me.
Yeah.
But
like there's the Whistler.
The Whistler.
No,
hide your booties lately. Hide your booties. Yeah, exactly.
They'll be walking backwards.
He likes butts. You're gonna think he's whistling Otis Redding, but in reality, it's aimed right at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's funny as shit.
That was a funny story.
Now did you go and see Toy Story 5 with your kiddo?
I did. Yes.
What did you think of that movie?
Well, I was in the same boat as you. I had never even. I didn't know there was a fifth one. I mean, I knew there was a fifth one, but like, I didn't know they were up to 5 because I didn't see the last one.
I didn't see 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
the last one I saw was the one with Lotso Bear, the strawberry smelling little teddy bear that was evil. Yeah.
Yeah. Same. So yeah, I totally agree with all your points. Cash grab. It doesn't really have anything to do with any of them. But as a standalone movie, good message, enjoyable.
I thought it was a decent message. The whole, technology has its place and you need to interact with friends and blah, blah, blah and all that. I thought I thought it actually was decent. Because let's be real, out of Disney these days, it's hit or miss as to what kind of message your kid is going to get, Yeah,
I was kind of waiting for them to do something offensive, but no, they kept it.
Yeah, but they actually kept it pretty cool. So I'm like, all right, I'm all right with this. This is not bad.
It was totally unneeded, but yeah, it's enjoyable.
Oh, right, yeah, no, it was unneeded. But let's be real. It's probably one of the few things that actually has been making money at the box office this year. I mean, I'm super disappointed with the performance of Supergirl. Granted, I say that I haven't gone to see it yet this weekend.
Yeah,
so I'm part of the problem.
I would not anticipate that one does very well.
It's not tracking very well.
No.
Now, here's my thing. It made the strategic error of coming out the exact same weekend as the newest Jackass movie.
Yeah.
And
that actually does look pretty good.
Truthfully, if you're going to stack the two of them together side by side and tell me you can only go see one right now, I'm going to go watch Johnny Knoxville and the Crew,
Yeah. Those are just good,
they are
mindless,
consistently mindless funny. Like every one of them, I don't care which one. I love that they do the 0.5 versions to where it's like 2.5, 3.5, and it has a whole bunch of behind the scenes, but they also throw in other bits that didn't make the actual full movie. So you get like basically a whole nother Jackass movie. So when you look at it that way, I think this is what, like the 5th movie they've done. I feel like this is the 5th movie, dude.
And you can do so many of those because like there's no plot. You can just
it's just bits. There's no plot whatsoever, and that's fine. So, like, realistically, and that's not counting, I guess, the Bad Grandpa and, some of the other, like, those spin-off, but, like, but that's the thing, like, when you take those 0.5 versions into account, there's already been, like, 8 Jackass movies, so this is, like, technically, like, almost like number 9, and there's so much entertainment in those. I love them so much. They're stupid. I recognize they're stupid. I recognize that most women are probably like, why are you guys laughing at this? It's funny as hell. Watching a professional tennis player just drill these guys in the balls with tennis balls, funny as hell to me. I laugh every time. Johnny Knoxville getting into a pit and like with a charging bull and getting his ass kicked by this bull, funny as hell. Love it.
And that's one of those movies like I could see watching on my son, and we'd both enjoy it.
Yeah,
for the same reasons.
It's mindless, good male humor. So it's like all the fail videos. I just love watching people fall down. I don't know why. I don't necessarily want to see anybody die. I don't want to see that. But do I want to see people like fall down or? I don't necessarily want to see the bones break. Like, I don't like the videos where it's like, oh, the leg bent the wrong way, and that they just shattered everything. I don't like that. So there is a line. There's a line of how much I like in those. But, like, you don't see the injuries a lot of these, It's like, that's okay. I'm good with that. But, yeah. So, and this is the last one. So, like... Although, granted, I guess they said that the last time, but I think they're really meaning it with this one, which is probably good because
they're getting up there.
They're way too old to be doing this shit. I mean, one could argue that this one was way too old for them to be doing this shit, but I appreciate the effort.
Yeah,
so.
Your recovery time is a lot as you get older.
Right, it's like drinking. When you're in your 20s, you can go out drinking and you can be good to go the next day. You have a little hangover during the day, but by the evening, you're fine. Now, shit, man, it could be days later before you're good to go. In this case, you go and film a Jackass movie, it might take you 5 years to recover from everything before you're ready to do it again. So, yeah, it's probably for the best. Oh, shit. Well, that's fun. That's good. I'm glad you had a few things. And that's fun that you're doing the Rocky movies with your kid. That's good.
It's a rite of passage for sure.
Indeed. So, fun. Well, all right. So we've covered Death and we covered Villiger. I think we're good. So, final thoughts on your aging room there?
Yeah, just finishing it up here. It just those it's pretty consistent flavor note wise, just right in my palate. And it. Always performs well. I have not ever had a bad.
No, and that's the thing. I haven't either. I mean, mine smoked very well. Had a nice Nicaraguan spice throughout. Kicked off a decent amount of smoke. I think I definitely burned through mine quicker than you burned through yours, but I don't know. Maybe I was talking less, but
I was kind of nursing, and those tend to go kind of fast. So
yeah,
the point to kind of slow puff those.
Gotcha. So, but no, all in all, very enjoyable smoke, and it's definitely on that list of like every time I smoke one, I'm like, why don't I smoke more of these? And I just for whatever reason I don't, but they're always there and they're always good. So, yep. Well, all right, dude. Well, we will obviously be checking back in at the end of the year to see how we did. Hopefully, though, you'll be back long before then.
Yes,
but
and hopefully we don't have to record any emergency pods here in our next couple days.
I would really hope that nobody passes away in the next 48 hours after this releases, so that we have to scramble to do an emergency. We swear we didn't do it. Podcast. But
exactly.
After 48 hours, I don't feel the responsibility for that. It's one of those things.
We did not invite any of these people on the show either. So
there were no invitations extended to anybody, so that also helps a lot. Although, granted, I would talk to a number of these people, but I think Mr. T would be a fun interview.
Yes, and he's probably smoked some cigars in his day. I would assume.
I would assume so. I mean, one would think.
You would have to.
His daughter is a stand-up comedian.
I saw a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had about being Mr. T's daughter.
I thought that was amusing.
She looks like Mr. T.
She does, unfortunately for her. Not so much the mohawk, but definitely the facial features. So,
for sure.
Yeah. So, well, all right, dude. I appreciate you taking the time, and we'll circle up soon.
How is the lemonade thing going?
Well, I will be filming that part later, but through the miracles of modern podcasting, all of you listeners will hear it immediately following this. But I still technically need to get the lemonade-o-meter assembled and put together, because I am at the point now that I have run out of other lemonades in the fridge to where I have to record or review the Two Guys lemonade, or go find an additional different lemonade. So I figure, well, this is a good enough reason to go ahead and just get that lemonade-o-meter put together. So,
I think there is a lemonade company specific to your location that's made, I think it's warm and it made in milk jugs. I think it's called the Egbert.
Oh, gross.
You should try that.
Well, no. No.
That's not gonna rate very high.
That rates a solid 0 right there, buddy. That is not getting a rating. That is just straight up not rated. Oh yeah, no. There's a handful of people. There are people right now that are laughing their ass off that you just did that, but there are other people that don't get it, and that's probably for the best. But yeah. Oh shit. Well, you just put that image in my head, and that's gonna haunt me for the night now. So,
and speaking of listeners, I just booked my plane tickets for Pulpit Fest. So,
nice.
Yeah, so we had the Airbnb for a while, but we were waiting for plane tickets, because plane tickets are so much higher than
they're stupid.
Had been the best, but they went on sale. It was like the cheapest they've been in a couple months, so we just pulled the trigger and
gotcha.
Got those.
Flying Orlando or Jacksonville?
I believe Jacksonville. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Here's the thing. For anybody traveling to Pulpit Fest, if you haven't bought your plane tickets yet, I prefer the Jacksonville airport. There are less flights from cities into there, especially direct flights, but I will say it is a much more chill and relaxed and easy airport to navigate. It's the same distance from Palm Coast as Orlando, but so you're not really saving time either which way. But holy shit, it is so much easier to get in and out of that airport than Orlando, because Orlando, you have all the Disney traffic, and there's so many more people.
Yes, and a lot less Disney adults in Jacksonville.
This is true.
Always a plus.
This is true. Mm-hmm. This is true. So, yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. We were talking on the Zoom herf the other night that we think that in honor of Tramek, we need to have a forehead measuring competition.
Oh, okay.
To see who has the biggest forehead. Because
fair enough.
He's got the attraction to the foreheads.
Okay.
I think that Sean's going to win.
Yeah, he does have kind of a big forehead. Yeah.
Well, it just goes all the way around because he's bald. So
yeah.
I mean, at what point do you cut off the forehead? Like, where does On a bald person, where does the scalp actually begin? You know,
that is a solid question.
That is.
And that's what sucks about being like basically any black guy can pull off a shaved head, but you need, as a white guy, you need the specific shape of a head.
Yeah.
Sean's got a good shaped head for a bald head. But like if I had a bald head, I would look like I have cancer or something.
See, that's the thing. You either look like a cancer patient or a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, you need the right head shape.
No, you're right. As a white dude, it takes a special kind of look to be able to pull that off. Like,
for sure.
Yeah. And like, you don't know what your hair's hiding. It might be hiding all kinds of lumps and bumps and stuff. You know, for all I know, I've got a weird bumpy head. You know.
Yeah, you could have Mole City underneath there.
It's highly possible. Well, I mean, hell, with me being my fair-skinned, ginger-ish kind of thing going on, I might be freckled as hell. You know.
Yeah. In fact, I would put money on it that you probably have some freckles.
I'm sure I do, but you never know because I've got this thick, luxurious grayish hair. So
cashmere hair.
Cashmere.
Yeah, and I don't know if I told you this or not, or we discussed it, but Luke will be staying with us.
Oh shit!
In the Airbnb, so
it's an international affair.
Yeah, he's all talking about this is going to be a battle of alcoholism.
Oh,
and I'm like, you're bringing a knife to a gunfight, buddy.
Yeah,
Canada ain't no Wisconsin.
No, you might try, but yeah. How far away are you guys staying from the village?
I don't know. I think it's around the same area as last time.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, what I've noticed, everything in Palm Coast is relatively close.
Yes,
like, you know, it's like just premier location for everything. Whether you're Orlando, you know, St. Augustine, everything's like. So yeah, because we were only I don't even remember the town, but I think we were just outside Flagler County, so it was like. Honestly, just outside Flagler Beach. So I think we were still in the count. I think we were still in the county, but yeah, it was like a 15-minute drive to the village. So
that's not too bad.
Yeah. 10, 15. Yeah.
Well, there we go.
And I fucking love it because like you never know what kind of wildlife you're gonna see on the drive. I remember
I'm sure.
Yeah, we were coming home one night and we saw an armadillo. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Do you not have those up your way?
No armadillos up this.
They've made it here.
The closest we have are possums.
I've never seen a live one though. All the armadillos I've ever seen here are always dead on the side of the road. But I do know that they've made it here because I keep seeing dead ones on the side of the road.
I know Texas is just full of them. Like, they're all over Texas.
They've definitely migrated, but it's like weird. So. Now, what's the deal? What is it they have? Lyme disease?
I'm not sure.
Well, that's ticks.
I know what ticks do, but
what disease do they carry?
I'm not sure.
Now I gotta look that up real quick because if
it was a reptile question, I could probably help you out. But I'm not. I don't even know. I'm not even sure what the fuck an armadillo is. Is that like a rodent? I don't.
It's kind of. Leprosy. That's what it is.
Leprosy.
Wild armadillos are well-known carriers of several diseases, most notably leprosy. While the risk of transmission is low, you should avoid handling, keeping as pets, or consuming armadillos to prevent exposure to various pathogens.
Okay. Well, I will not be eating an armadillo, I guess.
Yeah. And as for what an armadillo is, it is a mammal known for its leathery armor shell.
Yeah, it's got to be closely related to a possum, I would think.
Doesn't really say what it's like related to. Most closely related to sloths and anteaters.
Oh, interesting.
So there you go.
I mean, now that you say it, I can kind of see some sloth in that.
Yeah.
You know, once you get out of that shell there.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's definitely now that everything's like booked, it's like now it's like the waiting game. It's gonna seem, so slow to.
Right.
But I say that, and like, fucking June's already over, and it seems like it just started.
I was gonna say, dude, before I let you go, what are you doing with your 4th of July holiday? Because I mean, that's like coming up here. Oh, I don't know,
Saturday,
next weekend.
Yeah, it's
or this
one of the few
weekend.
Yeah, I would say 4th of July is probably my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Just because like the winters up here are so brutal, so we really hold on to our springs and summers.
Yeah.
And so it's basically the only summer holiday. So it's just an excuse to be outside, drink, smoke all day, cookouts, grill outs, dress like an absolute asshole, dress like Apollo Creed.
You got that look going on, huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, no, I know it. It's a good. It can be a really good, fun, chill day. Just sitting around, grilling, having some cigars, and then watching some fireworks that night. Generally, that's the ideal way of doing it.
Yes.
So.
And actually, now that I've talked about my outfit, it reminds me of this story. I don't think I told you this, but Michael Knowles was at an event about an hour and a half from me.
Okay.
Earlier this month.
Okay.
So it's a Catholic event. So it's basically it's a Catholic blessing for the country and its 250th birthday.
Okay, so it wasn't like a Mayflower cigars thing.
No. It was not cigar. It was not cigar related at all. It just had some conservative speakers. It had Cardinal Burke there.
Yeah.
So it was like a Catholic event. He was the keynote speaker, and it was an hour and a half drive. So I was like, yeah, gotta go see Michael Knowles. So with all the political shit now, security is really amped up.
I could see
and
that.
So
nobody wants to end up like Charlie Kirk.
Exactly. So I get to the event center, and it's all the security, and I have my cigar cutter in my pocket.
Uh-oh.
So I get trouble with this at some airports. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to be forthright now, And I'll be like, hey, just so you know, I have this cutter in my pocket. It's a cigar cutter. It cuts off the tip of a cigar,
Yeah.
And this lady looks at me like I don't think she's ever heard of such a thing. And so she's looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, it's not going to, you cut your fingertip off.
Yeah.
Or your fingernail off is about all it's going to cut. And so she brings extra security, and now I'm getting flagged.
Oh
she's
my
like,
God.
She's like, I don't understand why you have this. And I'm all like, well, I'm gonna, hopefully go to a cigar lounge because there's a cigar lounge there afterwards.
Yeah.
And and then I just think, I don't know why the hell I said this. I was like, I was hopefully going to invite Michael Knowles to have a cigar with me afterwards.
Oh God.
And that was not the right thing to say. So
yeah, no, because now they know that you have this quote unquote weapon, and now you're targeting their. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And I'm dressed like an absolute asshole. So I have this like American flag top hat type thing, like Apollo Creed. You know? And so I'm already standing out. And so, yeah, it was, but I eventually did get to meet Michael Knowles, and I said to him, big fan of your work and your cigars. And he goes, oh, there's a man of great discernment. So
nice.
That was nice. I got to shake his hand and talk to him about cigars a little bit, but
well, there you go.
Yeah, was not able to kidnap him and have him on the show as I originally planned. But.
Probably best. I don't want to be associated with any kidnappings,
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got the fun crew coming to Pulpit Fest. Trey Mac. That Sunday is Trey Mac's birthday, so we got to figure.
Yeah, and I'm fucking pumped to meet Rick Rodriguez.
Yep.
Because I am a guy who started smoking. Well, I smoked on my 18th birthday, right?
Yeah.
And from there, I probably transitioned into premium cigars in my early 20s.
Okay.
And I was a heavy, almost exclusively CAO.
Okay.
I was basically CAO and Padron for special occasions CAO, and Rick Rodriguez and Tim Ozinger were involved in CAO at the time.
Yeah.
So and back when CAO was really good, so I smoked a lot of their stuff then, and then once they both left that company, I smoked a lot of West Tampa, which I really love.
Yeah.
And Tim Ozinger stuff, Ozinger cigars, I smoke a lot of too. So I've been smoking Rick Rodriguez's stuff for decades now.
Well, good. Well, it'll be fun. He's a super nice dude, and he's got tons of stories, and he's really good at telling them. So yeah, no, this I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
And there are still tickets available for anybody who is interested in coming. There's, I think, maybe right around a dozen tickets left, maybe plus or minus one. You know, so
and I can personally attest to having attended a couple in the past that if you're thinking about it, you know, just pull the trigger. You're not out that much. You know, you won't regret it. It's a good time.
The biggest expense, truthfully, is the hotel and the travel.
The travel. But the play to make it, and that's what I do, is to make it a vacation.
Yeah.
To, you know, so like if you bring your spouse, you know, they can do their things too. Like we went to the Jacksonville Zoo last time.
Yep.
They have a great zoo there, and just different things, you know, to do all over. St. Augustine's a really cool city.
Yep.
A lot of cool stuff to do there. And there's even enough shit to do right in the European Village. I know, I forget what day it was, and from the impression I get, I think this is probably a weekly thing every weekend when they have that kind of farmers market thing.
Yeah, every Sunday they do like a farmers market.
Sunday,
thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's enjoyable because there's a lot of ethnic food, like a lot of Latin stuff. Like trying to think what we had. I can't think of the name of them, but there's a lot of people serving them. I can't think of the name of them, but just about every other booth had them.
Yep.
I think it starts with a P, but yeah, Pineda. I'm butchering it, but yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool. There's a lot of empanada.
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 Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of cool shit. So yeah, like you said, if you're on the fence, pull the trigger.
Make it happen.
You won't regret it. And I got word that Jerry Pulaski's going to be there.
Oh shit!
So,
well, that's a celebrity announcement right there that I was unaware of.
That's right.
All right.
So
we have
reason enough.
Jerry Pulaski showing up to Pulpit Fest. You know, we'll have to see if we can get him to wrestle with Gator Calhoun. You know.
Ooh,
I know.
If you get enough blackberry brandy in them, I think
I would suspect so. So, anyway, all right, dude. Well, thank you so much for taking time out, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I mean, kind of a morbid topic, but
yeah, but
you know, I think people expect this now. I think it's
it's become
one of those
annual tradition.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we've been doing this for a couple of years now. I think.
And then it expanded into doing the mid-year thing because it's like, man, going over that whole list in one episode is a lot. So let's break this into two. That way it's a little easier.
And some years are really heavy with death too.
Yeah, this year has been kind of light for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But. All right, man. Well, you take it easy.
Yes, you as well.
And I really want to thank Noah for taking time out of his day to predict the untimely demise of some of pop culture and Hollywood's best. So anyway, again, we don't wish these people dead. We just kind of happen to know that the reality is they will die. So let's make a game out of picking which ones will be first. All right. Well, guys, so I spent a little time, and while the printer cut off the top and bottom slightly, I need to get the sizing correct. I do have the official score sheet of the Cigar Pulpit Lemonade-O-Meter. Yes, I have the Lemonade-O-Meter put together here. Now, we are scoring on 10 categories. We're taking this seriously here, guys. It also allows me to divide by 10 to get to the number a lot easier. So the way this works is up to 10 points will be awarded per category, giving a lemonade a possible 100 points. At that point, it will be divided by 10 in order to get the score, because I don't want it to be out of 100. I want it to be 1 through 10. And so we have, I'm going to list off the categories here so you know what we are judging these lemonades by. First off, lemon flavor. How bright, fresh, and natural is the lemon flavor of the lemonade? Then we go to sweetness. How pleasant and well-balanced is the sweetness? Next is tartness, because good lemonade is a mix of sweet and tart. But it's also personal preference how you like it. I like it a little more sweet than tart, but, whatever. Tartness. How bright and balanced is the tartness? Number 4, refreshment. How thirst-quenching and refreshing is this lemonade? Because that's important, especially on a day like today when I'm sitting out here recording this last little bit of this episode for you, and I am so hot in this garage. It is so incredibly hot in the St. Louis area right now. It is super unpleasant, so I'm looking forward to this lemonade. Number 5, we have balance. How well do the sweet and tart flavors work together? Again, that goes back to personal preference, but, it's there. Number 6, mouthfeel. Body, texture, smoothness, ice quality, pulp if present. I just realized this thing says it has 10 categories, and it only actually has 9, and that's a problem. This just became a draft of the Lemonade-O-Meter. I thought this was the final draft, and this just became a draft. Hang on, did I print off the wrong one? Because there were different drafts. I did. Okay, I did. I printed off the wrong one. It left off a very important one, actually. So, mouthfeel. Then we have freshness. Does it taste freshly made or bottled? In this case, it says bottled. I'm going to actually amend that and say, does it taste freshly made or does it taste artificial, like a mix? That kind of thing. Quality of ingredients. Number 8, drinkability. How easy is it to drink? Would you happily finish a large glass? Because sometimes you get one and it's like, it's okay, but I don't really want to finish it. Number 9, value. Considering the price, is it worth buying again? And then finally, there's the wild card factor. We're calling it the lawn chair factor. How badly does this make me want to sit on a porch with a cigar and forget the responsibilities for a while? Which is important. So, that would be the lemonade review sheet. And in all fairness, that last one, I had to come up with a 10th one so that I could easily divide by 10. So, you know what? If you don't like it, make your own lemonade review meter. Anyway. So today, for the first officially scored Lemonade-O-Meter lemonade, we have none other than the one that started it all. We have Two Guys Lemonade. Yes, Two Guys Lemonade. It's lemonade from Two Guys Cigars out of New Hampshire there. Dave and company were nice enough to send me some bottles to enjoy and review. And so we're going to do that. Now, we have to take all these factors into consideration. So let's start off. Let's start off here. So lemon flavor, sweetness, tartness, refreshment, balance, mouthfeel, freshness. All that stuff is after we crack it open and drink it. The first one I think we need to look at and consider is freshness, which is the quality of ingredients, and the value. So while I should have done this earlier, but I'm gonna do this now. Lemonade. I'm on the Two Guys site. And sure enough, here we go. So, you can get a bottle of this lemonade for $2.95 on twoguyscigars.com. They have a 6-pack for $15.96 or a 12-pack for $29.88. Okay. And that does, obviously if you do the math on that, it does knock the price down. If you do a 12 pack, it does take it down to $2.49 per lemonade. Their description here says, made for hot summer days and year-round enjoyment, bright citrus flavor, delivers perfect balance of sweetness and tartness, flavor notes, fresh squeezed lemon, citrus zest, and light sweetness. We'll be the judge of that. So, $2.95. Is it a good value? It's right in line with a ton of other lemonade. There's very little about that sounds offensive to me. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to score it just yet, but we're going to take that price into account when we are figuring out the value. So now we have to look at the ingredients. This is where this surprised me because, as you guys know in previous lemonade reviews, I've told you what the juice percentage, the real juice percentage is, and we've gone through the ingredients. This label does not list a real juice percentage. In fact, ingredients: triple filtered carbonated water, cane sugar, citric acid. This is impossible to read. Ascorbicid. I don't know. Natural flavors and sodium benzoate. Sodium benzoate. Now, natural flavors. You see that on a lot of ingredient lists. And so I wanted to know exactly what that meant. And so the FDA definition of natural flavor is an extract or essential oil derived from plant or animal sources like spices, fruits, vegetables, or herbs used to enhance taste rather than add nutritional value. Despite the name, these flavors are often highly processed and can contain man-made solvents and preservatives. Because of FDA rules, a manufacturer can use natural flavors on an ingredient list without disclosing exactly what went into the flavor unless it contains a common major allergen. Companies use them oftentimes for a couple different reasons. Consistency. Natural flavors ensure that a product like strawberry yogurt or orange juice tastes identical year-round regardless of seasonal variations in real fruit. Cost and convenience. Creating a concentrated extract can be cheaper and easier to mass produce than buying and processing large quantities of whole foods. And shelf stability. Extracts often last longer and don't require the same storage conditions as raw ingredients. The real question, are they safe? According to the USDA or US FDA and the Flavor and Extract Manufacturers Association, FEMA, natural flavors are generally recognized as safe to consume in moderation. However, if you have specific food sensitivities, allergies, or prefer strictly whole foods, check the manufacturer's allergen labeling or opt for certified organic foods. So, natural flavors, it's kind of a catch-all term. It can apply to this, but what we're kind of going with is that initial definition of extract or essential oil derived by plant or animal sources. So, given the fact that in that ingredient list, I did not see lemon juice concentrate, I'm going to assume that's where the natural flavors portion kicks in, is that some sort of percentage of lemon or any other various fruit combinations to make said lemon comes into play. So, I would, Dave, I love you, man, and I do like this lemonade, but based off the ingredient list, you have probably one of the more processed lemonades that I've done in this thing. So your score for the freshness may not quite be on point, but that's okay. That's okay. we will be fine. So, let's crack open the Two Guys lemonade. All right. Nice, easy twist off. I have only been out in this garage for a little bit, and this thing's already just sweating like crazy because it's just so incredibly hot out. So, bottoms up, guys. So you do get that very slight carbonated, bubbly thing going on from the triple filtered carbonated water. It's nowhere near as carbonated as the last one I did, the Boylan Sparkling Lemonade. So, whereas that was offensive to me, this adds a little bit of just like almost tartness. Like it comes across on your palate as almost like a tartness or something. If you swish around your mouth, it does start to bubble up and have that little bit of carbonation fizz to it. So there is that going on. All right, lemon flavor. How bright, fresh, and natural is the lemon flavor? It's present. It's not the strongest that I've actually encountered. I'm going to give lemon flavor. I'm going to give it, I'll give it a 7. It's there, but it's not overwhelming. There have been I can give you other lemonades that have a much stronger lemon flavor than this. And that's just the way it is. Sweetness. It does have some sweetness. It is actually, I would say, more sweet than tart. Significantly more sweet than tart. Again, not the sweetest lemonade I've ever had, but I'm going to give it a solid 8 on the sweetness because it is more sweet than tart. Now, with that being said, moving on to tartness. How bright and balanced is the tartness? I'm actually going to go with maybe like a 5 on the tartness. It is not tart. Like, it's not super tart at all. It's not like Kool-Aid, not tart. But I think what's happening is that slight, subtle carbonation actually kind of like when it's dancing on the tongue provides the tartness. So, yeah, we're going to go with tartness. Refreshment. In terms of how thirst quenching and refreshing is this lemonade? Guys, I'm sitting in a very warm garage, and that is very nice. So the refreshment of it, I mean, we're giving it a solid. We're gonna get. You know what? We'll give it a 10. I'm gonna go balls out on that. I'm gonna give it a 10 because it is hitting the spot in this garage right now. Balance. How well does sweet and tart flavors work together? It's a very tasty beverage. And I think it's one of those things where the level of sweetness versus that level of tartness, I mean, it skews towards sweetness, but also I like sweeter lemonade. So in terms of the balance, but I would not say they're balanced. This is not a 50-50, sweetness to tart, like, oh, it's equal parts. Like, it definitely is. I mean, I literally went 8 and 5 for sweetness and tartness. So, like, it is not balanced. So I'm gonna go 7. I'm gonna go 7 on the balance. Mouthfeel, body texture, smoothness, ice quality, pulp if present. So, this is the one thing. This is what killed the Boylan, is the carbonation in that. Realistically, the carbonation is what killed the Boylan for me. The carbonation in this is significantly less than the carbonation in the Boylan, and so like I'm okay with the carbonation here. But that carbonation is present. And I'm not the biggest fan of carbonated lemonade. I would rather have just a nice smooth lemonade. So for mouthfeel, under normal circumstances, like truthfully, even the Mr. Pure, I would, under normal circumstances, mouthfeel should be a gimme 10. There has not been on any of the lemonades that I have had, with the exception of the Boylan, I would say none of them have any sort of a mouthfeel issue to where this should be the category where all of them get that 10. The Boylan, that was rough. That was very, very rough. This one, it has the carbonation. It's not anywhere near like the Boylan. So I'm going to probably, but I'm still with that carbonation being present. I'm going to give it an 8. I think an 8, I think it has to, in my opinion, I think it loses a couple of points because of that. Freshness, taking those ingredients into play here, I'm going to probably just go with, I'm not seeing anything that's like ridiculous. I'm seeing cane sugar. I'm not seeing anything super, super bad. Say hi, Max. Max is out here. We're doing the lemonade review right now, Max. Anyway, so freshness, we are gonna go with a 7 because I don't see lemon. Dave, it's lemonade. Find a way to get lemon in the ingredient list. Drinkability. That would be, is it easy to drink? Would you happily finish a large glass? Yes, 100%. I'm going to go with a solid 10 on that. It is easy to drink, and I would finish a large glass, even with that carbonation. You want some fries? We'll go get some fries in a little bit, okay? All right? Why don't you go chill out, and we'll go get some fries in a little bit, all right? Okay. All right. This is what I'm telling you guys about the summer. My summer is very busy. You have no idea. Value. I think it's a good value. I think $2.95 is right in line with a lot of other lemonades that I've purchased. I have no problem with it. It is a good lemonade, and it, like I said, right in line. So we're gonna go ahead and give that. We're gonna give that a 10 as well because it hits the thing. Lawn chair factor. Would you kick back and smoke or drink it with a cigar? 100%. It's literally by a cigar shop. It's got two dudes smoking cigars on the label. And to be honest, the carbonation, I've drank 2 bottles of this with cigars already since they have sent it, and that little hint of carbonation with the cigar actually does pair nicely. So I don't know if that's why he went with that or what, but it does work. So lawn chair factor, we're gonna give it a 9. We're gonna give it the 9 for the lawn chair factor because it's right there. So adding all that together. See, this is what you guys did when you wanted the lemonade review, Lemonade-O-Meter. You've extended out the lemonade reviews. Now, if you don't like these more extended lemonade reviews, let me know. You can call the hotline. Area code 863-874-0000. And let me know what you think of the more extended version of the lemonade review. If you don't like it, well, there you go. You're going to have to figure it out. But we'll have to figure out a way to speed this up. But all right, adding all that together and dividing by 10, the Two Guys Lemonade officially on the Lemonade-O-Meter comes in at an 8.1. 8.1. And according to the Lemonade verdict, we have different categories there. 9 to 10 would be Hall of Fame worthy. 8 to 9 is excellent. 7 to 7.9 is really good. Solid to 6.9, or no, 6 to 6.9 is solid. 5 to 5.9 is drinkable. 4 to 4.9 is skip it, and anything below a 4 is new things. So, Two Guys comes in at an 81, putting it in the excellent category. Super good, and totally, enjoyable with a cigar and on a hot day. I will say, and I'm mildly curious, it's different than I remember it. It is not quite the same as I remember it. And I do wonder if Dave has gone with a different distributor for his lemonade. Or am I crazy and this is a situation where you change the band, so you change the blend? Did you change just the label and now all of a sudden I think it's a different lemonade? Or is it actually a different lemonade? I would be curious to know that, Dave. If you when you hear this, and whatever, I would be very curious to know, if it's different. Now I also want to go back and I want to rank all the ones that I've done already to see how they stack up on this new lemonade-o-meter of mine. Maybe some of the ones that did so poorly wouldn't do so poorly when I'm like doing it this way, or maybe some of the ones that did better would do. I don't know where they'd rank, but anyway, something to consider. I won't bore you guys with that on the show. I'll rank them and do them that way on my own. But yeah, there you go. The Two Guys lemonade has been officially scored. Comes in at an 8.1, making it an excellent lemonade. All right, guys. Well, I'm available on the socials at Instagram at The Cigar Pulpit. I'm on Facebook, where we have the Pulpit Parishioners group. It's a private group. Request access. I'll let you in. You can start sharing pictures of everything you're smoking and getting to know everybody. It's a wonderful time. A lot of good community in there. I'm on Twitter/X. You can watch this on YouTube and Rumble. Speaking of YouTube and Rumble, on Wednesdays at 7 a.m., I put out a drive time review. You can, go on there. It's a short form video where I review a cigar every Wednesday. And then if you head over to cigarpulpit.com, sign up for the Cigar Chronicle newsletter. A little pop-up box comes up when you go to the website, and you put in your email address in there, and you're all good to go. Ask the Pulpit. Finally, I need your calls for Ask the Pulpit. You can give me a call on the hotline, area code 863-874-0000. That's 863-874-0000, or tofu pie with no E, 0000. And we do still have some Pulpit Fest tickets left available. There are, at this moment that I am recording this, there are right about a dozen tickets, I believe. Yes, we're right at a dozen tickets left available. So if you guys want to take part in Pulpit Fest down at Palm Coast, Florida, at Ash and Ale, October 1st through the 4th, it's going to be a great time. Lots of great parishioners coming down. We have fine folks from Aladino, Villiger, and Rick Rodriguez from West Tampa Tobacco will be joining us on Thursday for the VIP dinner, and all day Friday for hanging with all of the participants. It's going to be a wonderful time. You're not going to want to miss it. Easily the best value going in terms of cigar events. So there you go. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. I've covered all that. Thank you all for taking time out of your day. I really appreciate it. And I've already got Friday's episode recorded and locked and loaded, so that's good. So we've got the 2 for this week, and then I've got plenty of calls lined up, but that doesn't mean don't call me, because I'm obviously going to need more calls. But we're keeping this train rolling 2 a week in the summer. You know, it's hard. but we're making it work. So anyway, thank you guys. This has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpits. I'm Nick. Everybody, stay safe and stay smoky. I hope 81 is, or 8.1 is a good enough score. It's what it is. Put lemon on the ingredient list, and all day long, it just tickles up. Later, guys.